My VC venture capital said that we don't need the domain name. Hey guys, Chris Zuiker with Media Options, and I'm going to talk about something that happened to me last week. I think it was last week on a domain name that we were selling. And what happened is that the company came back and said, "Hey, our venture capital came back and said we don't need this domain name. They don't think domain names are important." And listen, I get it. I understand it. And I get it because of this, because the priorities of that investor are different than your priorities. Okay, as a founder in a startup, you're trying to build and you want to own your domain, you want to own your brand, and you're looking to create this elite brand and own the very ethos and the very mission of your creation. Now, a venture capitalist in this case is looking for a return on his investment. I remember years ago in my interaction with venture capitalists, I mean, they're looking to sell that maybe in 3 to 5 years, maybe it's 7 years, okay, maybe 3 to 7 years. They're looking to come in, pump it up, build it, and then sell that, exit, and then move on to the next investment. So they're looking for a return on investment. Now, what this means is that they're not always looking for the long game. Now, I'm not talking about every investor. I'm not talking about every venture capital company. But there are some out there, and typically when we get this response, that's what I'm thinking in my mind, that they're really looking for maybe the short game, and their view is the short-term game. They don't want to put more money in because what they're looking for is to maybe take you from, you pick your number, but they're looking for a return on that investment. Now what I'd say is that as a founder and as an owner, it's a big risk to take. It's a big risk on your investment. And here's why. Okay, we call this global positioning. It's one of the first dimensions of the 7 dimensions of domain names, and it's owning your positioning online. If your domain is available, if your brand name is available in the raw and filtered version, okay, so think apple.com, right? You can think any of the other brands. If it's available and another company comes in with stronger funding, with a stronger marketing budget, they can very easily make your brand irrelevant overnight. They can take the global positioning and they can own that keyword that they have also an interest in because they have a trademark, right? There's 45 different classes of trademarks. And overnight, I mean, they could possibly make your brand irrelevant. Okay, is it overnight? No, but I mean, very quickly, depending upon how much they have, how hot the market is, they can come in and they could possibly make that irrelevant. Now, I give the example several times of Kraken Rum, Kraken Crypto Exchange. And it's interesting just because the other day I was talking to someone, and I was giving this example, and I said, well, what do you think of when you think of Kraken? He said, well, Kraken Crypto. I was like, yeah, exactly, because they own that, and they have taken over the global positioning for that keyword. Now, Kraken Rum, I believe they spent over $20 million in advertising. They spent a lot of money advertising their brand. They could have potentially had that domain. I don't know. I mean, they could have owned it. It appears they could have owned it, but they passed. It's a big risk to take. So that's my only thought for today. Is if you're a startup, you're a founder, and you hear that, think of what is the motive, right? Is the motive to create an elite brand that owns the very ethos and the mission for your brand? Are you looking for that quick payout? And hey, if you're an investor and you see a founder that's passing on the domain, also think of that. Like, what's their motive? Is their motive for just a quick payout to pump and dump it? But they're leaving this massive risk, this massive liability that could come back and is a big risk for your brand. Anyways, if you have any questions on domain names, reach out to me, chris@mediaoptions.com. Also, you can go over to our blog, mediaoptions.com. We have a lot of good blog articles on there. And check out our YouTube channel. We have several different YouTube channels. One is mediaoptions.tv. I have another YouTube channel that I post videos at, not exactly the same videos here, so you can check those out. And if you like it, share it up, and hey, leave a comment.